It's 7 o'clock. We'll call the full board meeting of the McMinnville Board of Mayor and Aldermen to order. First item on the agenda is roll call.
Sally Brock's absent, Pedro Dunlap's absent, Stacy Harvey,
Present.
Steve Harvey,
Here.
Rachel Kirby. Here. Carrie Morton. Here. Mayor Chastain's absent, Steve Harvey conducting the meeting.
Second item on the agenda is consideration of minutes. Item A is minutes from the January 23rd regular session meeting. Do I have a motion to approve as written? So moved.
Second.
Have a motion by Stacy Harvey and a second by Rachel Kirby. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Item B are minutes from the January 30th special call meeting. Do I have a motion to approve them as written? So moved.
Second.
Have a motion by Stacy Harvey and a second by Rachel Kirby. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Item 3 on the agenda is recognition of visitors. Any visitors like to approach the board? Seeing none, we'll move on to item 4, recognition of employees. Does anyone have any recognition of employees? Moving right along. Communications. Item 5, we have a request from McMinnville Special Games to waive the annual McMinnville Special Games 2024 fees. That letter was from Holly McBride. You want to hear? Oh, okay, Justin.
Yes, sir. So Holly had reached out to me on the date. We firmed that up. This was a successful event, has been a successful event for a couple of years now since they brought it in the Milner Center. So they'll come in, start setting up on Friday. The event will be on Saturday. And like I said, we've got all that confirmed in our books. So yeah.
Same thing we did last year.
Yes, sir.
I make a motion to approve that request.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item B is a request from the Children's Advocacy Center for the 31st Judicial District to waive fees for the use of the grassy lot for April 12th through the 26th, 2024 for Child Abuse Awareness Month. Cassell.
Hi, I actually have 2 requests in. One is for the grassy lot. We partner with the Exchange Club, the Evening Exchange Club. April is Child Abuse Awareness Month, and we put pinwheels out in the grassy lot because those pinwheels represent child abuse victims who are silent and people don't know who they are. And that is how we are able to support them and let them know that we're here for them, not just the center, but as a community. And this is something that they do across the United States during the month of April. We also do it in Van Buren County too. So we're requesting the use of the lot. It doesn't have to be for that long of amount of time because we don't want to interfere with anything else. The Exchange Club also wants to put their field of flags out, which is also in support of child abuse victims and to build awareness. So we're also asking for the use of the Civic Center on April 20th for our gala that we have. That's our 15th year to do it for the gala, which is our largest fundraiser. We're a nonprofit, and so the only way that we can provide the services that we provide are through state grants. We have 2 that aren't very large, and then the gala really helps us be able to do what we do because all of our services are free to our victims. And we also have services that support their families too.
So would that be Justin, is that called room 101? Is that, what's the big room? Do you need the basketball court? You need the gym? Is that big? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We had 400 people the
Okay.
last 2 years.
Sorry, I didn't get to go last year.
And
There was only one
so,
ticket left. And I wasn't going without my wife.
Well, you should come. It's a fun event.
I'll come this year.
Fun
Yes.
event. We're having a theme this year. It's gonna be boots and bow ties. We're trying to make things fresh, but it really does help us to continue to do what we do for the families that we serve, not just here in Warren County, but in Van Buren County also. And we are in rural areas where we are service poor for some things, and so we feel fortunate that we get to help the families and children in the way that we do. So we're just asking for you all to help us do that.
Can we approve both those requests together? Is that legit?
I'll make a motion to approve both.
I'll second it first.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
Thank you all.
Ma'am, could I ask you, what is the date of that gala again?
It's April 20th. It's a Saturday
Thank you,
and it's from 6 to 10 p.m.
thank you.
Thank
Wanted to
you.
get that in there. Thank you.
Item 5 is petitions. We have none. Oh, I'm sorry, item 6. Oh, I'm sorry, we have one more request from J.A. of McMinnville to waive the fees of the aerobics room at the Milner Recreation Center on Saturday, March 9th, 2024 for the Hopping into Health event.
So the junior auxiliary had reached out to me. This I think would be their second event, to hold in room 101. It's simple for us. They come in, they do their own setup. We just provide sound, which we already have. They have, kind of a health fair there, that day. Again, it's kind of standalone. It doesn't impact anything else we're doing in the building. So, they did it last year and everything seemed to go well.
And there's no class in there at that time.
Correct.
Good.
Anyone else have any questions?
Do
Entertain a
people-
motion.
I guess I do. Do people, a lot of people come to that, or is it children, or?
I think they do come to that. Again, they set up tables in there. They set up a lot of different vendors. And they typically use the side door, so they're not really coming into our center, but they'll use the side door coming in and out there by the handicap spots. And that's how they come in and out.
We have a booth there. I was just gonna support what you were saying, and I've also done it with junior auxiliary when I was on junior auxiliary, but it's a health and wellness fair for children and families, and so like we're there handing out things, but there are multiple resources from around the community that are right there and have booths and give away fun stuff.
Okay, thank you. I just didn't know anything about it.
I'll make that, but you made the motion.
I'll entertain one.
Oh, so moved. Sorry.
Second.
It's all right. Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item 6 is petitions. Have none. Item 7, unfinished business. Does any member of the board have any unfinished business? Seeing none, we'll move on to item 8, new business. Any member of the board have any new business? Seeing none, we'll move on to item 9, resolutions. Item A, resolution number 2024-02A, a resolution to authorize the city of McMinnville, Tennessee to accept the statewide contract number 202 and UT Knoxville contract bid from Truckers Lighthouse Incorporated for the purchase and installation of emergency equipment on 2 new police vehicles of the total amount of $15,035.08 for the city of McMinnville Police Department. To authorize the city administrator of the city of McMinnville to issue the necessary purchase order on behalf of the city of McMinnville and to express the time when the resolution becomes effective. Is anyone here to talk about that?
Is this second reading?
No, first reading.
Is
It
it
was in
not?
committee.
Oh, sorry, duh.
Yes, this is just equipment there to outfit 2 vehicles. It's on order. It'll include the lights, partitions, push bumpers and so forth.
I make a motion that we approve this.
I'll second it.
Have a motion by Stacy Harvey and a second by Carrie Morton. Any other discussion? This be roll call.
Stacy Harvey,
Aye.
Steve Harvey,
Yes.
Rachel Kirby. Yes. Carrie Morton.
Yes.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, item B, resolution number 2024-03A, resolution to authorize the city of McMinnville, Tennessee to accept a quote from Thermo Scientific Portable Analytical Instruments Incorporated and sole source in the total amount of $29,751.86 for the City of McMinnville Police Department, to authorize the city administrator of the City of McMinnville to issue the necessary purchase order on behalf of the City of McMinnville, and to express the time when the resolution becomes effective.
Okay, this is a portable analyzer there that they can take out into the field to analyze drugs. It's capable of actually analyzing in the packet that they're in through glass or plastic there, so it'll be a huge safety for our officers out there, where they want to actually get the drugs out of the packet to do a check on it there. This is actually covered under a violent crimes grant that we applied for, so it's cost of the city there.
And this is what we approved in committee last meeting.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Did I get a second?
Yes, sir.
We have a motion by Rachel Kirby, and a second by Stacy Harvey.
Roll call, Stacy Brown. Stacy.
You did that to me last time. Now, what-
Stacy Harvey.
If it's twice, it ain't by accident,
It is.
but my
sorry.
vote is aye.
Okay. Steve Harvey,
Yes.
Rachel Kirby. Yes. Carrie Morton.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Let's see.
Item C, resolution number 2024-04A. Resolution authorizing the City of McMinnville to participate in public entity partners cybersecurity matching safety grant program.
This is.
Recognize Libby Rutledge.
This is just a new grant. In addition to the other three that we applied for, it's brand new to PEP. It's the first year they've rolled out cybersecurity. And we actually have a subscription to the security. Before you know, we get an email every Friday with a security tip. And then this gives Scotty the ability to send out phishing emails for training purposes. And he does utilize it a lot. But the whole invoice is $4,400 and the grant's for two. So we'll only pay half of that. We've already got the grant.
Don't have any questions.
Just where's that? I mean, did we anticipate that in our budget for this, and that's covered under
Yes.
which department?
It's under general admin.
Okay,
It's
and but we
for IT.
anticipated this matching?
Yes, it
So
was
no new money.
budgeted. We
Okay.
have it every year.
Okay, great. I'll make a motion to approve this as presented.
Second.
A motion by Stacy Harvey and a second by Rachel Kirby. Call for the vote.
Stacy Harvey,
Aye.
Steve Harvey,
Yes.
Rachel Kirby. Yes. Carrie Morton.
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 10 is ordinances. Item 10A is ordinance number 2024-01. An ordinance of the City of McMinnville to amend multiple chapters of and sections of Title 14 of the official zoning code of the City of McMinnville, Tennessee, to add provisions as outlined in Exhibit A, and to set the date that this ordinance shall become effective.
Yeah, so with this is, recently we've had a lot of applications for 3 or 4 townhomes. Currently, under the special exceptions, we're defining that as multifamily, as the zoning code defines that as 3 or more units. With that, they actually fall under the attached single family dwellings, and so we're just adding this use on there. The requirements, the approval process, everything would be exactly the same as it has been. This just further clarifies what they're actually proposing versus grouping it under that multifamily. Because a lot of times when we send the notifications out to joining owners, we put multifamily on there. They think it's going to be a big apartment complex, and then we're going through a lot of back and forth. That's not what they're proposing. This is a fourplex. And so this would just clarify that and make it easier on that.
So this is what's called single family attached.
Yeah. So townhomes.
I was confused about that. So, and it can be up to how many units?
So it depends on it. Each zone district, most of them, you got to meet the R3 requirements. And so it's 5,000 for the first unit, 3,000 for each additional unit there. So it depends on the size of the lot and if they can meet that and parking requirements. So each one varies a little bit on that.
So in planning commission, I said, give me an example, and he gave me that fourplex that's over here, that black and, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the black and white.
Mhm.
So that is called a, what?
That's single family attached. Those are single family dwellings. They're just separated by wall rather than spacing in the yard.
Usually would call it a fourplex.
Yeah, yeah, me too. So why, so anything, just depending on how, what the lot square footage requirements are, there's really no limit on how many units.
No, like I say, it's gonna depend on that lot size. We don't have a lot of R3 or C2 that are great big lots that would be a big development. Most of them, you're gonna be looking at 3 to 4 on most of the lots that we have. There's some, we do have another one off of Mulligan that was 10 units, but that's the largest one we've had. Most of the lots are smaller, so we're not gonna get that big of ones on that.
And this is only, where they were already, where a duplex or
Yeah, where
Small-
multifamily would always be as a special exception.
it's not changing.
No, no,
Zoning
it's
classifications,
those same
okay.
zone districts. Like I said, this just further clarifies what they're actually proposing versus grouping it in under that one definition.
Yeah, but I'm kind of like you, right? Multifamily is confusing because it sounds like something really big, but single family attached sounds like one unit, which is not, which is misleading also. But I don't know. Anybody else have any?
Well, I mean, yeah, I think it's very confusing. This is adding. Say that again.
It's adding the use. So currently, we are putting it under multifamily.
Okay.
So if it's a threeplex townhomes, it's falling under the multifamily for the special exception. This would
Okay,
put it under
multifamily
single
special
family
exception.
attached. And then on the notification, we would say this can be a threeplex or a fourplex of townhomes, whatever the case is, when we do that notification.
So it's really just verbiage that we're changing.
Yeah.
We're not
Like I said, it's
changing.
just sort of- No, the process to approval, everything is exactly the same it is as multifamily. It's just clarifying what the actual proposal is.
You can't put any more townhomes on a lot
No,
passing this ordinance than you could before we pass this ordinance.
it's exactly the same as.
Or in any place else.
No, or any place else. It wouldn't change any of that at all.
Anyone else?
I make a motion to approve it.
I'll second it.
I have a motion by Stacy Harvey and a second by Carrie Morton. Call for the vote.
Stacy Harvey,
Aye.
Steve Harvey,
Yes.
Rachel Kirby,
Yes.
Carrie Morton.
Yes,
Ordinance passes. Item B. Do what?
Let's see.
Okay. Ordinance number 2024-02, an ordinance of the city of McMinnville, Tennessee, to change the zoning classification of a property located on Red Road from R1 low density residential district to R6 smart growth residential, and to express the time for the ordinance to become effective.
This is Philip Smith. This is the applicant. Any questions?
So this is the lot on the corner of Red Road and Cadillac Lane, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Is it the dilapidated house on the corner? Is that, was I looking at the right place?
Yes, sir. That's
Okay.
correct. So that house will come down.
Yeah.
You know, all the utilities are there. The lot square footage for R6 zoning for 2 houses is there. Setbacks will be met. Mrs. Kirby, during planning commission was concerned about 10 feet on each side. She would like that to be 15 feet, and we're going to go ahead and put 15 feet side yards. We have plenty of room.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us a little bit about R6. I
So one of the
I was
big
not
difference-
even aware there was an R6.
So we added this, I believe it was in 2012. We don't have any currently zoned properties R6. One of the main differences between R1 and R6 is R6 is 10,000 square foot lots, R1 is 15,000 square foot lots. R6 is a wider requirement. It's 80 feet versus 75. And then there's some differences in the setbacks. One of those, the side yard is 10, R1 is 15. The front is right around the same. Use comparisons right around the same. The biggest difference is that 15 to the 10,000. That's really it. R1 actually has one more use that would be more impactful than the R6 does. And this did go to planning commission and they did recommend approval of this to the full board.
And this just allows you to put two houses instead of one. Is that, am I correct? That one?
Yeah. And as you'll see in your packet too, that area, this isn't something that would be able to rapidly expand and get a bunch of R6 zoning in there. A lot of the lots areas developed. What's existing there, they wouldn't be able to split and meet all the requirements to rezone or subdivide that property. So
Okay.
it's not something that would just take off and spread like wildfire from there.
So. So we already had a R6, which I don't think anyone on planning commission at the time really realized that we already had one, so. But we're not changing those lot requirements right now. Is that gonna be at another time that we change the 15 feet?
Yeah, the planning commission, I know Jerry talked about changing that, the side setback to 15. So yeah, we can present that later. And get that approved.
Yes, okay. So this really cuts off the backyard. Makes not such a.
The rear yard is not quite as big, but yes. There'd still be distance between the structures and houses.
And I think planning commission struggled with some of this, with the R6 and changing some of those things.
Anyone else have any comments or questions?
Make a motion to approve it.
Motion.
I have to abstain. I've been contacted to work on the site, so I can't vote on it.
You've been contacted to work on this site.
That would leave us without a quorum.
It does.
Sorry, guys, I can't. I'm conflicted on it. I can't vote on it.
So we burn.
Yeah, you can fire me right now and I'll vote for it, but you can't use me.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, I don't care. If it's not about that, it's about this.
Can you
don't
bring
care.
it back up when there's?
Well, no, I'm serious. I mean, I'll make the deal. I won't do the job. Well, I won't do the job. I don't want to stop you here, but I can't work on it and vote on it.
We've got another block.
Okay, fair enough. Fine by me. Then I do not have to abstain because I will not be working on that site.
Wait a minute.
So who's second? You seconding now?
But I'm not conflicted if I'm not engaged, correct, Mr. Purtle?
Sure.
Okay, I second.
All right, we have a motion by Kerry Morton and a second by Stacy Harvey. Call for the vote.
Stacy Harvey,
Aye.
Steve Harvey,
Yes,
Rachel Kirby,
Yes.
Carrie Morton.
Yes.
motion passes. Moves on to item number 11, departmental reports. Any department heads come before the board?
It's got an update on the Bell Street roof, and about 65% done. Good news is we're really close. They probably replaced maybe 15-20% of the decking. But if you get a chance, when you come by and look, they're actually in the ends where they're gonna be taking off a lot of decking. So hopefully it's less than 40%. So we'll see. But we're dry, they put the new roof on, so. But just want to give you an update, but you're welcome to come by and take a look. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ricky.
Thank you.
Good.
Anyone else? Item 12 is our announcements. Anyone have any announcements? Not, item 13 is adjourned. This meeting's adjourned.